Hello, Namaste. I'm Linda Premanandi, yoga teacher and yoga therapist. Today we're going to be going slowly through a few variations of Surya Namaskar. We're going to be working slowly and mindfully. So grab your mat, maybe something to kneel on. Maybe you like to work with some blocks, a cushion and a belt. And let's begin. So please come into a comfortable seat. You can be sitting in Vajrasana on your knees with the heels pressing into the buttocks. This is a really nice posture for meditation and for pranayama. Also a nice way to start the class. If you feel you have tension in the quads, you can always put a block or a book under the bottom or even a cushion. No need to think you need to buy special equipment for yoga. If you need a block, it can be replaced by, a thick cookery book or maybe a cushion. And, we will be using a belt today. We'll be demonstrating how to come up into Meru Asana from hands and knees. In some traditions, it is called downward facing dog. In my tradition, it's mountain pose, Meru Asana. We make the shape of a mountain. So I'm going to do a little bit of a slow down on that to make sure that people understand how to get up and down safely. It can be handy to have a yoga belt to help us with that. But again, a yoga belt can be replaced with a long scarf, even a thin towel or a throw. Don't want it to be too big, even a pair of long socks, So let's start the practice. Sitting in a nice, comfortable, upright sitting position. Allowing the weight of the body to sink down and feel robust and stable on the ground, on the earth, as the spine rises up. So not actually exerting yourself in pulling the spine up, just allowing it to rise energetically. Fine to sit easy pose, easy cross-legged. If you're new to yoga, you could even have your back against the wall. Find your comfort, your place of ease. And just come into the breath by closing the eyes, allowing the breath to come in and out of the nostrils. No particular rhythm. No need to lengthen the inhalation or extend the exhalation, just coming into your normal breath and just noticing what that feels like. Shoulders are soft, but they're not drooping down, they're just easing down away from the earlobes. The shoulder blades are sliding down the back ribs, the back body. There's a slight feeling of uplift in the sternum, but not pushing the ribs out. Just noticing the breath coming in and out of a calm, peaceful body in a beautiful, alert posture. Alert but relaxed. Allowing the back of the neck to extend up, maybe the skin on the back of the neck stretching up a little, but not gripping the spine, not gripping onto the shoulders, not gripping the floor, allowing the floor to support you as you rise up. So we always want to rise up in yoga, bring the energy up. Transition from the lower mind, the survival brain, into the higher mind, awareness, consciousness, the discerning brain, the prefrontal cortex, our superpower, our power of choice. Making sure you're not arching the back in a kind of exaggerated way. There are normal curves in the back, this is fine. But just allowing the energy to rise up as though it's coming out through the crown and rising up towards the heavens. Not striving, allowing the energy to lift you up. So as you breathe in, feel yourself lengthen. Maybe even it feels like a mini back bend, but not actually a profound or exaggerated back bend, but it might feel as though this was the start of a back bend. And as you breathe out without sinking, maybe the abdomen draws in slightly, gently, not aggressively. So you feel just energetically that you could fold forward. Breathing in, lengthen. Almost the initiation of a back bend. Breathing out, softly drawing the abdomen back with the exhale. Just a slight sensation that you could fold forward. One more time like that, breathing in, lengthen, filling all lobes of the lungs. And breathing out without collapsing, bringing the belly to the spine to the belly to create some resilience in the lower back. And come back just to your normal breath. Bring your hands to your heart in Namaskar Mudra and gently blink the eyes open. Big breath in, big sigh out. We'll do that twice more. Big breath in, big sigh out. In and out. And just pause with the eyes closed for a moment with the hands pressing together. And maybe you'd like to set a sankalpa. Sankalpa is a kind of intention. It doesn't have to be an intention to do anything. We do enough. But it could almost be something that you want to bring in to your life or into your practice, or something you really need to let go of, letting go within your practice. And it might be a prayer, a wish for somebody in your life to be well or to get through a bad time. So it can be beautiful to offer your yoga practice as a prayer, as a meditation, as healing energy, not just for yourself, but for those around you. You can drop the hands and come into the room. Change your seat if you need to. We're just going to bring the hands to the heart one more time. Breathing in here and opening out. So making sure you're in a situation where you're not going to hit anything, you're not going to bump into anything, and draw the energy right down the center line, all the way from the crown to the heart. Breathing in here, bring it we'll do that one more time. Breathing in and breathing out. Shake any tension out of the fingers, any tension out of the hands, out of the elbows. Just giving yourself a little wake-up call. Maybe we're going to just bring the palms forward and just press the hands down, opening up the wrists, because we will be doing some work on the hands today. Opening up, just the arms coming from the shoulders directly, and down, and up, and down. You can maybe rotate the wrists as much as you can, just opening things up. And it can be really nice to bring the wrists back and then get rid of any negative energy, any stagnancy, and stagnation maybe, not stagnancy, and maybe some tension in the hands. Breathing in and breathing it out. So we are just going to open up the side body a little bit. Cross leg position. If you need to have the pillow under your pelvis, it can be really handy to have a block or a pillow under the pelvis to lift you up slightly so that the knees can easily drop below the hips if you have tight hips. Okay, that can be quite nice. So I'm going to just breathe in, bring my left hand to the floor, or can hover, right arm up, just stretching diagonally here. Then I'm placing my left fingertips to the floor and just stretching across. And I can not come down to the elbow yet, we're just looking up, just starting to warm up. Breathing in, I come back. You can choose to hover, initially breathing in with the left arm, out with the left, out with the right, sorry, and then the fingers down and leaning over, but you're really going for a nice lateral stretch. So keep the sit bones engaged with the floor. You can look up if you like to with the hand, or you can look down if your neck feels a bit stiff. Breathing in here, coming over, in to rise up, out to come down. You might just go a little further with the side stretching. Bring your left hand out. Again, you can hover initially, or just bring the fingertips to the floor. With your inhalation, you're going to extend and lengthen. With your exhalation, you're drawing the tummy back and you're coming to the side. Now you might get your elbow to the floor this time, but it's not necessary, it's up to you. Breathe in here, you are in charge, and come back up. Breathe in left, fingertips just on the floor or hovering depending on where you are. It's not that easy to come right over if you're hovering, but it's just to extend first is what I'm getting at. Then coming over, maybe your elbow comes to the floor. Breathe in and come up. Let's do it one more time either side. Lift the right arm, left arm to the floor. And you can sometimes pick up the sit bone on the right here, so make sure it's grounded. Breathing in here and come up. In with the left and out. And do it gradually, so you might start quite high, and then after a few rounds you might get right down. Not to worry if you don't, it's not essential. Breathing in, come up. Right hand is coming to the left knee. Left hand is coming behind. We're going to just really sit tall here. And as we breathe out, we're twisting to the left. But don't bring the head too far back. Don't stretch the neck back. Just want you to twist, a gentle twist to warm up. Breathe in, look forward. And we do the other side. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind. first. So lengthen in the front, breathe in. And as you breathe out, you are pulling the tummy back so that you can twist, have a bit more spine. If you don't twist on the out breath, it's not going to happen. You could really hurt yourself. So twisting on the out breath and coming back. And release your legs. Just stretch out and bounce a little. Just bounce them out a little, and maybe we want to just rotate the ankles and get the circulation going. So you can try with the right foot first, the left foot, both together, going the same way, opposite way. And we're just going to, I'm going to come onto my side. We're going to sit in Dandasana. Okay, make sure that you get the padding back from under your sit bones, and you're just going to breathe in and point the feet away and draw them back. Point them away and draw them back. Point them away and draw them back. And maybe put the hands behind, just bounce up the legs, maybe just shake the feet in and out a little, just starting to wake up the energy, get rid of any burden, any dullness. And bounce up the legs again. Just warming everything up and making sure everything is prepared for our practice together. I'm going to bring up the right foot, and I really want to try and bring it into my inner left thigh with the heel towards the groin. And I'm going to kind of make sure I roll the right thigh. I'm going to roll the flesh of the inner thigh so that the knee can come really out nice and straight. And just, you can bounce the right knee onto the floor, taking everything really slowly, just opening up in a nice mindful way. So if you take the back of the calves forward, yes, you sort of just roll the flesh, and that can be really helpful, just bouncing the knee out. Then you can catch hold of the right foot and stretch it, and really keep the left foot and the left leg nice and firm. And you're just gonna give the right leg a little swing just to get a bit of freedom there into the hip. Opening out, loosening. Left leg is nice and strong. And bring that foot back in. And maybe you have to hold under the knee, and that's fine. Open it out. Bring it in. And out. And in. And out. And bring it back in. And just see if you can notice a difference in the length of the legs. And this time I'm bringing my left knee in. I'm trying to sit up as opposed to leaning back. That can happen a little bit. I'm bringing my left foot into my right inner thigh. So I'll come this way so you can see. So my left foot is against my right thigh. And again, if you get both hands and sort of bring the flesh of the calf forward, and while you're bringing the flesh of the inner left thigh to rotate kind of in, you will really have a nice position. It can be really helpful. And just bouncing out the leg a little, just to loosen. Sitting up nice and tall, nice soft belly, nice open chest, really broad collarbones. Enjoying your practice. Bring your left hand to the inside foot. I'm just going to bring it up. Now some people might want to hold the toe. Okay, I've got quite short arms, so I tend to want to hold my leg a bit more. Hold with my hand so I don't slip. And I'm going to bring my right hand to the floor. And I'm just giving my left leg a bit of a swing. Try and get a bit of freedom there, a bit of momentum. Keep the right leg active and strong. And bring the left foot in and stretch it out and in and out. And you're breathing out as you come in and you're breathing in as you go out. And bring it back. Then we're going to bring both feet together, readjust the sit bones, make sure you're on those little sit bones, and just hold on to the feet and just butterfly the knees out a little, pressing the soles together. Good. You're going to cross the legs, bring yourself up onto your all fours, come this way. I'm going to use a knee pad because I do have some tender knees. If you can't come onto the knees at all, you could be doing this work, pushing onto a chair if you feel you can't come down onto your knees. I have got practices on the GoSlowYoga YouTube channel for people who have knee issues to do some particular practices without coming onto the knees, which is impossible for some people. Okay, so we are going to come on to all fours, just making sure we have a nice bit of room behind us. And I want you to press into the palms, into the thumb, into the forefinger. And really see if you can get a sense of the hands working here for you. Pressing into the fingers, the knuckles. So you want to really feel as you press the palms down. I can almost feel it in my lower back. I can really feel it going up my arms, and I can feel the sensation going right down my spine. So my knees are under my hips, and I'm just going to rotate my pelvis. Just get a little bit of freedom there. Maybe my shoulders come over my hands. I'm going quite slow, no need to rush. And back the other way. You might want to increase the movement, come all the way forward and all the way back. We're just warming up and all the way back the other way, changing direction. Maybe you just want to come back onto the heels and forward and back. Breathe in, come forward and back one more time, and just pause there. See if you can get the knees together and the buttocks on the heels. Up to you if you want to bring the forearms to the floor, or whether you want to bring the hands back in Asana. Bring the head to the floor. And just take a few breaths here. Notice the abdomen rise and fall. Let the shoulders broaden out. Breathe in, lift the chin, look forward, and come on to all fours one more time. We're going to practice Viagra breath, which is a tiger breath. You will sometimes see this described as cat-cow in other schools of yoga. In my tradition, which is Gitananda, it is known as tiger breath. So I'm going to bring my knees together. You can have your knees under the hips. My feet are flat on the floor. I'm trying to maintain a neutral spine before I start, so I breathe in And lift the head, stretch the belly, breathe out, tailbone comes towards pubic bone, belly goes up, head comes down, relax the neck, don't hold onto it, breathe in, lead with the tailbone, so the tailbone uncurls and presents itself to the sky, okay, you're reaching up with the tailbone, stretch the belly, you're stretching your diaphragm in a beautiful way here, breathe out, tailbone comes in, suck the belly up, drop the head. We're going to do this 3 more times, breathing in. It's a 3-part breath, lower, mid, upper, pressing the hands into the floor, not the wrists. Press the fingers and the palms. Breathe out, suck the belly up. Bring the tailbone towards the pubic bone there and drop the head. Let's do it one more time, breathing in. Tailbone comes up, stretch the belly, open the shoulders, breathe out. Transfer the weight more into the hands now, into the fingers. So let's just talk about that as we breathe in. Maybe the weight can come into the feet more. Opening up, and as we breathe out, pressing into the fingers, palms more as the belly comes up. Tailbone meets pubic bone, really, really hollows it out. And breathing out, slowly transitioning back into Shishasana, Shishankasana. Okay, so extend the arms and soften down. Bring the palms to face upwards. Before we continue, it can always be a good idea to rotate the wrists one way and the other, shake out the hands. We're going to proceed with our Kriyas, our movement with the breath and our warm-up. Onto all fours, weight slightly forward but into the palms and into the knuckles and the strong fingers, not so much into the wrists. Breathing in here, stretch out the right leg, toes and ball of the foot to the floor, and just lift it up. And stretch here, doesn't have to come too high, it can be more or less in line with the hip, and see if you can keep the hip down. And bend the knee and come back, and try the other side, stretching out. Stretch through the back of the knee, stretch into the toes, press into the toes, but don't let the toes bring you back. See if you can just be forward a little, you know. Breathe in, lift the leg. Just stretch through the inside and outside of the foot. Stretch through the toes, lengthen your muscles. And breathe out, bring it back. If you need to come back and relieve the wrists, do so. You could even use the fists if you have sore wrists. Okay, onto the hands and knees. Breathe in. I'm going to raise up my right leg and I'm going to try not to open my hip. So this is Chiri Kriya. I'm breathing out. Bring it back in. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. You can see if you can look up a little so you get a nice, you're really stretching, but you're also giving a little bit of compression to the lower back on the right side particularly. Breathing out. Squeeze it right in. So you're squeezing the right side of the lungs and all your organs, and down. Breathing in, left leg lifts. Breathing out, knee comes through. Breathing in. Remember, you're pressing into the fingers, the knuckles, the palms, not into the wrists. And out. Breathing in. It's just a thought process. I mean, obviously the wrists are flexing, they're doing some work. but just thinking of the fingers will help you to spread the load. Breathing out, bring the hands back. Maybe the head comes to the floor. Maybe you need to have a brick or a book or a cushion so that you allow the forehead to reach the floor. And take a few breaths here. Breathe in, come forward onto all fours, knees slightly apart. Bring the left hand into the middle of the mat. Breathe in here and open to the right. So if you don't come right up at the arm, it's fine. If you have sort of tight shoulders, just do your best. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Bring the right hand to the middle, left hand to come out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And breathing in, open up and out. And just come back. Maybe you can sit on your heels, maybe you can sit up in Vajrasana. Maybe again you need to do a little bit of work for the wrists. So what can be nice is if you bring the heels of the hands together, interlink your fingers and just give your wrists a little bit of a workout. It almost looks as though the forearms are acting like pistons, and you can do it in the other direction. Good, and shake it out. Now we're going to need to get up, so I'm going to just do a couple of minutes on how to get up into Meru Asana, because I see people, especially if they're new to yoga, this pose can give them problems and they treat it a little bit like a high plank, so it becomes quite, it's strengthening, but you can't hang out there for any length of time. And they don't get the hips up and back, and there's a little, well, I don't like to say trick, but there is a tip on how you can learn to do that. So I'm going to show that first. So what we do is we get a length yoga belt, or we get a scarf, or one of those long socks, or whatever you've got, and you find the crease of the hips with the belt. You place that there. You then come forward. So the object is to keep the belt in between the hips and the thighs. So you're coming forward. When we set ourselves up to come up to Meru Asana, the hands are obviously a key element of getting into the posture, and they don't need to be completely closed in the fingers, but they don't have to be like a fan either. So, a little bit open with the thumbs pointing to each other, the forefingers forward, and they're at about shoulder distance, and they're pointing parallel to each other. They're not splaying out, or they're not splaying in. The action of the hands is to push away through the fingers, and when you do that, you feel it in the shoulders. So if you can think, you push the mat away, you will notice that in your shoulders, as opposed to pulling the mat towards you or pushing into the wrist. Okay, so we're thinking of pushing the mat away. You can practice this by maybe catching on to the end of your sticky mat. So you just catch on to the sticky mat and you think about pulling the mat away. You can practice this so you get to know what the sensation is. And you're rotating the outer, the triceps. It's this kind of rotation, as opposed to going outwards with the elbows. You're acting as though you have something under the armpits. You're stretching the mat away, and this gives you plenty of space for your head. You're not punching the shoulders up, you're drawing them down while you're pulling the mat away. So that can be helpful to practice that, and to also practice that sensation that if you had a tennis ball or a golf ball under each armpit, what is the action that you have to do to hold on to them? So it's not this, okay, it's this. So you are rotating. So that's the position you want your arms in when you're coming into Meru Asana. Plenty of space between the shoulders and the earlobes so that you don't really damage your shoulders. So you're thinking of the hands pushing away. Really nice firm position with the hands, especially the thumb and the forefinger pushing away. And you are holding on to the belt. Okay, you're holding on to the belt. So let's try. So I'm going to make sure that I have this nice position for my shoulders. I'm going to tuck the toes. I'm thinking of drawing the knees up so that I hold on to the belt. So I'm breathing in here, then I'm breathing out, and then I'm pushing back. So my feet have come a little bit narrow, I need to adjust them. So your hands are really directly in front of your feet, okay? So I'm not pushing down, I'm pushing back. Pushing my fingers away, pushing my fingers away. I've got plenty of room for my neck. I don't feel as though I'm too tense here, okay? I'm not hunched up. I really have rotated my arms. I feel as though I'm holding golf ball under my armpits. And then I can come back down. So I thought it was just worth pausing and going through that, because I know that it can be a problem for people to get up and down when they're new to the practice. And what happens sometimes is you're pushing here, and you're like this, and you're not pushing back, and you're over your wrists, and you think, oh my God, how long do I have to stay in this position? Whereas you really want to push back. Okay, so now I am back. I'm going to stay back. So come with the feet flat on the floor. You can bend your knees and uncurl. Uncurl slowly. And take a sip of water. So come to stand in the middle of your mat, placing the feet firmly on the floor. On your mat, really pressing the feet into the mat. Maybe you lift the toes, try and spread the toes, and then place them back down. Placing them back down, little bit by little bit. And maybe you come up onto the toes and lift the heels. Just notice how that feels. And come back down. And then just maybe see carefully, without hurting your ankle, if you can come to the sides, the outer edges of the feet. And then come back down. And maybe then even rotate in and come to the edges of the inner feet. So you're a bit knock-kneed. And then come to how it feels to stand on your feet. And it just can feel so wonderful. Okay, so pressing the feet down, they're parallel to each other, they're under the hips. Pressing down, softening your knees, lifting the sternum slightly but not the ribs. The arms are alongside the body, belly is back, tailbone is down. You can close your eyes and just notice how you feel. We're going to step onto the left foot and we're just going to warm up for the standing postures and for our sun salutation. Pressing down firmly into the left foot. Enjoying yourself, feeling long and strong. Just lift the right knee and maybe you can do some rotations over the foot going one way and the other. And do a few of those and press down into the left foot, strengthening, finding your balance. Maybe you can open out the knee a little. just bring it down. Just notice how that leg feels. What is the difference between the connection of that foot with the other? How do you feel in your center as well? Lifting up the left foot, flicking it out, and maybe rotating. Rotating the other way. So I'm just drawing a circle with my toes. You can go the other way. You can feel tall as you breathe in, lengthen. And as you breathe out, pull the belly back. Maybe you can lengthen through the knee. Just observe the breath. Pressing into the right foot, strengthening the leg. And down, and shake it out in case you've held a little tension in your thigh or in your hip. Foot down. Feels good. Just start to swing out the leg. Keeping the left foot really planted on the floor. And bring it down. And the left. And don't worry if you wobble. I mean, sometimes, plant the right foot down and start with the left. And try the other side. Keep breathing, keep swinging, keep enjoying. Don't worry if you wobble, everybody does. I certainly do when I'm talking on the camera. And down. And shake the other leg out. And we'll just do it across. All these things are, the simplest practices can be the most profound. So don't ever underestimate simple work. As long as you're working slowly, mindfully, that is going to bring you the benefits. Good. Now come to the front of your mat. Standing nice and tall. We're going to do a few half sun salutes initially, just to get into our flow. Pressing the feet into the floor, breathe in here, stretch, breathe out, arms come forward, soften the knees, butt comes back, pause here, breathe in, press through the floor, come up and come down. Breathe in, stretch. You can look up if you like, you can press the palms together or you can have them open if the shoulders are tight. Breathe out, soften, lengthen, really lengthen. Breathe in to come up, bring the hands together and come down. Breathe in. Arms forward, soften knees. Belly comes back so that you feel as though somebody's pulling you. Breathe in. You can bring the hands together and bring it down. And shake it up. Okay. Hands together. This time we're coming all the way to the floor. Breathe in. You can soften your knees if you need to. Come forward before you come down. Breathe out. Belly onto the thighs, head down to the floor. Breathe in. Look forward. Open the shoulders, heart forward, crown forward. Breathe out. Belly really onto the thighs. Breathe in. Raise the arms. You can open them out if you like to and bring them forward. Breathe in. Soften the knees. Breathe out. All the way down. Belly on the thighs. Breathe in, hands on shins, or you can have them on the floor if that suits you. Really nice, straight back. Head coming forward, face to the floor. Breathe out, suck your tummy in, belly onto the thighs. Breathe in here, press through the floor as you come up and open like a sunburst. We're going to do it one more time, just half sun salute. Breathing in. Breathing out, you can either soften the knees or keep them straight, but don't rock them. Don't rock them. All the way to the floor. Breathe in, halfway. Breathe out. Suck the belly in. Come closer to the thighs. Breathe in, press through the floor so that you can come up with a nice straight spine. Come to the middle of the mat. Observe. Just observe what you're doing. Notice the sensations, notice what you feel. Come to the front of the mat for our first version of Surya Namaskar. Take it slowly, working with the breath. You might need your knee pad close, or you fold over the mat. Do what you need to do to make your practice unique for you, because you are unique. It's not going to be the same for everybody. We're all working with different issues. Hands to the heart. Breathe in. This time I'm keeping my legs straight. I'm coming all the way down, but I'm lengthening first, all the way down. Breathe in, lengthen, look forward. Breathe out, crouch down. One foot goes back. I'm going to flat my back foot. Front knee is really nice and bent over the ankle. My back leg is straight. I'm pressing in to the outer edge of my foot and my toe mound. Hips are forward. You can have the arms open or up to you. Breathe out here, hands come down. I'm going to swivel on my foot. Bring my left foot back into Meru Asana. Don't worry if the knees, if the heels don't reach the floor. Bend the knees deeply from the palms to the sit bones, nice and high. Breathe in, come forward onto plank. Soften the knees down, just above the knees actually, on, not the kneecaps. All the way to the floor. Bottom can be up. Chest, chin, bum up. Breathe in here. You can have just a gentle cobra. Breathe out, down. Tuck the toes. Come all the way up. Take a nice in breath here. And a nice out breath. Bring the left foot into the middle. Breathe in here. Lift the right leg. Maybe your left heel is on the floor, maybe not. Stretch it up. Breathing out. Bring it to the front. If you're like me, you've got short arms, you need to get it to the outside of the hands. Then drag it in. Left foot comes down, pressing into the feet, not the joints. Breathe in here. You can look forward, you can even look down ahead of you. You can look up. Breathe out. Swivel on the back foot. Bring the foot forward. I'm going to breathe in and lengthen because I feel that's what I want to do. Breathe out. Belly comes back. All the way to the thighs. Breathe in, all the way up. Breathe out, hands come down, back to the start position. Breathe in, stretch. Now maybe you can bend back a little, depending on how you feel. Breathe out, come to the floor. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, left foot back this time. Place it into a flat position with the toes Curling in slightly. Use the feet to come up, don't use your joints. Breathing in, stretch. Breathing out, pull the belly back. We're going to breathe in again. Breathe in, breathe out, all the way down. Swivel on the back foot. Bring the right foot back into your Meru Asana. Bend the knees deeply here. Press the palms and the fingers into the mat. The fingers pushing your mat away. Plenty of room between your shoulders. And then really see if you can lengthen the legs, pushing the thighs back. Breathe in here. Lift the left leg high as you can. Breathe out, come all the way forward with the knee bent forward, and I have to place mine on the outside, okay? If you can bring it right through, that's good, that's good. Press the foot into the floor, up you come. Breathe out here, and bring the right foot forward. I'm going to come to halfway, then I'm coming down. Breathe in, I'm lengthening. Breathing out, I'm opening. Come to your hands. Stand back in your observation pose. And just notice how you feel. Come to the front of the mat. Hands at the heart. Breathe in, bring it up. See if you can bring the hips forward, feet are nice and strong, maybe a nice arch in the back. Breathe out, hands stay all the way down to the center. Breathe in, you can come up halfway. Breathe out, make sure you're squatting quite low. Bring the right foot back as far as you can. See if you can land the knee above the kneecap. Just find your spot. When you're ready, breathe in, come up onto the left thigh. Now press the left foot into the floor. Press the right foot into the floor. So you're not just using just your hips, you're using the strength of your feet, your legs. Breathing in here, I come up. Breathing out, I am lunging. Breathe in one more time, I can look up maybe. Breathing out, I come down. Breathing in, I tuck my toe. Breathing out, I bring my left foot back. Breathe in, come into plank. Breathe out, soften, down to chest chin. Breathe in, I'm going to take my cobra up a little this time. Breathing out, and coming all the way back up. Take a breath here. Maybe walk up the feet. Enjoy your practice. Bend the knees deeply. Press away through the fingers. Head looking between the feet. Breathing out, see if you can straighten the legs. Get the belly on the thighs. Fingers are away. Fingers are away. Bring the left foot in slightly. Breathing in here, lift the right foot as high as you can. Breathing out, it comes forward into the middle of your hands. For little people like me, that can be tricky. I can use blocks to do it, but I don't want to use that while I'm teaching. Breathing in, come up to the right thigh. Breathing out, see if you can just engage the left thigh a little more. Press the feet into the floor, breathe in here. Breathe out. You can lunge. Breathe in here. You might feel like you want to see if you can look up or back. And breathe out. Bring the hands down. Tuck the back toe. And bring it forward. Breathe out. All the way down. And breathe in, bringing my hands to my heart, overhead, and back down. And we do the other side. Take a break at any time, take a sip of water at any time. Breathe in here, and breathe out. Breathe in. And squat down a little bit and bring the left foot back. Push the foot right back so you come to above the kneecap. Just find your spot. Breathe into the thigh. Breathe out. See if you can bring the belly back so you stretch the left quad, the left hip flexor. Breathe in here, open up. Breathe out. Really see if you can lunge a bit further. Maybe breathe in. Look back. Breathe out. Come back. You can tuck the back toe and bring, so nice. Bring the other foot back. Breathe in, come forward. Breathe out. Knees down. Just chin down. Breathe in. Nice, Cobra. I'm going to come straight up. And take a breath here. Breathe in, left foot up. So if you can get the right heel to the floor, that's good. If your hamstrings or your Achilles just won't do that, don't worry too much. Breathing out, keep on lifting the weight forward, even if you can't get through like me, you know, don't kind of half do it. Down onto the floor with your knee. Get your bearings. Breathe in, come up. See if you can keep the belly back. Maybe push the tailbone down so you have a lovely stretch here. Breathe in here. Breathe out, lunge. But keep the engagement with the feet. Don't let the hips just, you know, hang out if they're flexible. The feet must be engaged. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, come down. And tuck the back toe. Come forward. I'm just going to lengthen up because I feel I want to lengthen up today. I did some star jumps yesterday and now I need to make sure I lengthen onto my thighs, and I will bring it up through the middle and down. And shake it out. Shake it out. And come back to the front. So we're just going to bring in the hands together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right foot back. Left foot back. Into Meru Asana. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a breath here. Breathe in, bend the knees. Breathe out, step forward. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. We all do our own variations. I adapt to what I feel I need on the day. Okay? So breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in. Breathe out and going left foot back and right foot back. Breathe in, I'm coming forward. Breathe out, down to the floor. Breathe in into Cobra. Now you can try, if you like to, this upward dog, which is lifting the knees away from the floor and back to mountain pose. Breathe in here. Left foot followed by right. I'm going to lengthen and I'm going to sink. Breathe in, come up, breathe out, come back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lengthening all the while, not just coming down with a bent back trying to lengthen. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, right foot back, left foot back. Now, I'm coming back into Meru Asana, I'm not coming back into plank, okay, for this variation. Breathe in, come up to plank. Breathe out, knees. Use the strength in your arms, chest, chin. Breathe in here to cobra. Maybe your cobra can be really big now. Soften the elbows into a micro bend, shoulders down, chest forward. Up onto upward dog if you like to, and then up into Meru Asana. We're going to take 3 Bhastrika breaths here. So you breathe in and you breathe out, push in the abdomen. The big whoosh. Breathe in. Breathe in. Last breath in. Push from the abdomen. Really push it out. Look forward and bring one foot up, followed by the other. I really want to lengthen through here. So I'm pushing my butt back, my head forward. I'm breathing in. And as I breathe out, sucking up the belly, head down. And then I'm really going to lengthen up and out, keeping my spine healthy and strong. Come to the center of your mat. Shake it out. And just observe. So, hands open, eyes closed. We're just going to calm the nervous system down before we come to the floor for our pranayama and our relaxation. So I invite you to again engage with the 4 corners of the feet. See if you can open the toes. Maybe on one foot you can. I seem to be able to do one foot but not the other. Press them down. Come up onto the toes. Press the heels down. We're going to rise up and down a few times, which really calm the nervous system down and bring the body into a cooler state in a nice way. Breathing in here, rising up onto the toes. You can have the hands apart, they don't need to be together. Breathing out, really slowly coming down, so you really don't come down with the heels until the hands are almost there. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Go up as high as you can. Breathing out, stay up. Stay up. Pull the belly back. Breathe in, extend in a longer way. Breathe out, pull the belly in. Breathe in one more time. And bring the arms down. Allow the feet to land. Close the eyes and open the arms. Find your way to your seat. Sit on a bolster if you need to sit on a chair. If you want to kneel down, that's good. If not, just find your way. Respecting the body and respecting where you are in your cycle of life. Doesn't mean we have to, tell ourselves that we are old or, that we can't do this, we can't do that. I think the opposite is true. But we also have to accept the fact that the body's needs change, not just with age, but with circumstance, environment, and with the cycles of life, wherever we are in life. So we adapt our practice to suit this. So sitting up, maybe in Vajrasana, maybe cross-legged, just as long as you have long side body, nice soft open belly, chest, broad collarbone, soft shoulders. letting the breath settle for a moment. We're going to take our right hand, our left hand can just be placed flat on our thigh, on our left thigh. So we are splitting the fingers up into thumb, forefinger and middle finger, and ring finger and pinky finger, because we're doing Loma Viloma Pranayama, which is working with the energy on the breath. And we are going to breathe into the right nostril, out through the left, then in through the left, and out through the right. So the fingers are just a way of closing off the nostrils. So place your pinky finger and your ring finger against the left nostril, the mid finger and the forefinger against the brow center. This could be where your internal gaze goes, because I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. The brow center, the third eye, okay? Your Anya chakra, your center of intuition, inner wisdom. Thumb is free at the minute. Okay, so we're going to breathe in slowly into the right and out slowly out through the left. We're going to do 6 rounds. Close in the left nostril. The 2 fingers are up to the brow center. Thumb is free. So let's breathe out together. Breathe in right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Close right, breathe out. Left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, right. Close right, out left. In, left. Close left, out right. In, right. Close right, out left. In, left. Close left, out right. In, right. Close right, out left. In, left. Close left, out right. We do 2 more rounds. In, right. Close right, out left. In, left. Close left, out right. Last round. In, right. Close right, out left. In, left. Close left, out right. All the way out. Drop the hand. Maybe give your arm a rub if it's tired. When you start out, it can be tired. It can be helpful to lift the right arm with the left arm. Just notice the quality of the breath now coming in through both nostrils. quality of the mind. Loma Viloma, bringing the Surya and Chandra energy, the masculine, the feminine, the left, the right, bringing that energy into balance. Quality of the breath, quality of the mind, quality of the body. And please bring yourself into your relaxation. You can lie in Shavasana. I'm just getting a chair so that I can put my feet up, so you can have a chair or put your feet up to the wall. It can be really, really very helpful to raise the head above the heart. So you might want full Shavasana, or you might want to bring the legs up. However you feel is going to serve you best. And if you're putting your legs up, you have a cushion underneath and you're quite close to the chair, and you just let it go. Let the body feel really heavy, the upper body, arms rolling out, palms facing up, fingers curled, nice long neck. Let the body feel heavy on the floor, totally supported by the floor. Cover up if you need to, keep warm. And let the energy settle. No more practice, no need for visualization, just let go and enjoy your total corpse pose, your Shavasana, where we do nothing for 5 minutes. Knowing that your yoga practice just amplifies what is already there. It can amplify what is already there. Bring that to the surface, and then you are invited to let it go. Maybe it's in your yoga practice that you notice what you need to let go. You stay where you are for a few more minutes. If you want to take the legs off the chair, make sure you just bend the knees in tightly to the chest and roll clear of the chair. You're at home, you're practicing there, so you're invited to stay in Shavasana as long as you like, or if you are ready to end the session, start to rotate the wrists and the ankles, wriggle and twiddle the fingers and toes. Maybe draw the knees into the chest and rock from side to side. Come over onto one side. Keep your eyes closed and the head low. Just gently bringing yourself to a sitting posture so we can end our session. Bringing your hands to your heart. I invite you to just notice how you feel. How you feel is a good indication of whether yoga is a practice for you. How does it make you feel after? How do you feel before and how do you feel after? And therein lies the answer to why you keep coming back to your mat. Thank you very much. Namaste. Thank you.